Welcome to English with Cheri, the podcast where we learn everyday English together, one conversation at a time. I'm your host, Cheri, and today we have a really special topic. Actually, I think so many of you are going to relate to this one.
Yeah, today we're talking about being shy. You know, that feeling when you want to say something, but the words they don't come out. You kind of freeze up and then the moment passes.
Right? And so many English learners feel this way. It's not just about knowing the words. It's about having the courage to actually use them. So today, Nick and I are going to talk about shyness and teach you some really useful phrases to help you feel more confident in everyday situations.
I mean, we've both been there. I remember the first time I had to speak in a new situation, nothing came out. I just stood there. So awkward.
Same. Even in your own language, talking to strangers can feel scary sometimes. So, first things first, let's talk about the word shy. Shy means you feel nervous or uncomfortable around people you don't know, or sometimes even people you do know. It's that feeling of, I want to talk, but something is holding me back.
Right, and it's totally normal. There's nothing wrong with being shy, but when you're learning English, it can make things harder. You're already nervous about the language, and then you add the shyness on top of that.
It's a lot to deal with. So, one simple phrase you can use is, I'm a bit shy. Just those 4 words. The word bit means a little. So, you're not saying, I am terrified of everyone. You're saying, I'm a little shy. It's soft, honest, and easy to remember.
And people understand that. I think most people are actually really kind when you say something like that. It makes them want to help you, you know?
They really are. Okay, so let's do some real-life situations, because I think that's the best way to learn. Let's start with meeting someone new. This is one of the most common situations where shyness shows up.
Oh, okay, yeah, this one makes a lot of people nervous. Your heart starts going fast, you're thinking, what do I say? How do I start?
So imagine you're at a class or at work or maybe at a social event, and someone walks up to you and says, Hi, I'm Tom. What do you say? Well, the most basic response is just, Hi, I'm, and then your name. Hi, I'm Cheri. That's it. You don't need to say anything complicated.
Yeah, keep it simple. Just your name. Hi, I'm Nick. Done.
And then after that, we usually say, Nice to meet you. This is a very common phrase in English. It just means, I'm happy to talk to you. It's warm and friendly. And the other person will almost always say, Nice to meet you too. So you already know what's coming next, which makes it a little less scary.
Yeah, that's a good point. When you know what to expect from the other person, it feels way less stressful.
Totally. Now, if you're nervous and want to be honest about it, you can say, Sorry, I'm a bit nervous, or even, I'm not great at talking to new people, but it's nice to meet you. Being honest actually makes people warm up to you faster. It shows you're real.
Honestly, yeah, it kind of breaks the ice. And break the ice, that's actually an expression in English. It means to start a conversation and make everyone feel more comfortable and relaxed.
Good one. So the key phrases for meeting someone new are, Hi, I'm, nice to meet you, sorry, I'm a bit nervous, and I'm a bit shy. Keep those. They are so useful. Say them, practice them, write them down if you need to.
Super useful. Okay, next scenario?
Yes. Okay, let's talk about ordering food. So you're at a restaurant or a cafe, and the server comes to your table. This can be stressful, right? Because you have to speak, sometimes quickly, and sometimes the server talks really fast, and you might not understand everything they say.
Yeah, this happened to me recently. I went to a new place and the server just started listing the daily specials really fast. I nodded along like I understood everything. I had no idea what I ordered.
Oh no. Okay, so here's what you can do instead. The first thing, when you're ready to order, you can say, I'd like, followed by what you want. I'd like a coffee, please. I'd like the chicken sandwich. It's polite and it's simple. I'd like is a very natural and common way to ask for something.
Right, and please is so important. Always add please. It makes you sound much more polite and friendly.
Always. Now, what if the server says something and you just don't understand? This is the big one. A lot of shy learners will just nod and hope for the best.
Guilty. I've definitely done that.
So instead of nodding and hoping, we have some helpful phrases. The first one, could you repeat that please? That means, can you say that again? You can also say, sorry, I didn't catch that. To catch something in English means to hear or understand it. So I didn't catch that means I didn't hear you clearly. It's a very natural everyday phrase.
That's a good one because it's polite, right? You're not saying the person was speaking wrong. You're just saying, I missed it. My ears missed it. Nothing wrong with that.
Exactly. Most people are happy to repeat themselves. Nobody gets upset about that. And if you need more time to think, you can say, just a moment, please. That means, give me 1 second, I'm not ready yet. It's polite and calm.
And the good server will often say, of course, take your time. That phrase means there's no rush. It's a kind thing to say.
Take your time is so reassuring. It means relax, no pressure. And we also say, don't worry, it's okay, when we want someone to feel calm. These little phrases of kindness really help when you're nervous.
Right, so to recap the phrases for ordering food, I'd like, could you repeat that please? Sorry, I didn't catch that. Just a moment, please. And if someone says take your time or don't worry, they're being kind. Always a good sign.
Perfect. Okay, our third scenario, this one is really common for travelers and for people who are new to a city, asking for directions.
This one, I always feel nervous about this one because you have to stop a complete stranger, and then they answer, and sometimes it's really fast, and you just end up walking in the wrong direction anyway.
Right, so the magic word to start is excuse me. That's how you get someone's attention politely when they don't know you. You can also say, excuse me, sorry to bother you, if you want to be extra polite. Bother means to trouble or interrupt someone.
Yeah, excuse me is really like a little social signal. It says, hey, I need your help and I respect your time. It's very different from just walking up and talking without warning.
Exactly. And then you ask your question, something like, do you know where the train station is? Or could you help me find the supermarket? Simple, clear questions. You don't need long sentences. Short and clear is perfect.
And what if they answer and you don't follow? They're talking fast using words you don't know.
So, could you repeat that please works here too. Or there's another great phrase, could you speak a little more slowly? When people hear that, most will slow right down, no problem at all, and you should never feel embarrassed to ask.
Right, and honestly, the other person usually feels good about helping. Most people actually want to be helpful.
Totally. And if you really just don't understand at all, you can say, sorry, I don't understand. 4 simple words, I don't understand. It's honest, it's clear, and it's way better than walking in the wrong direction for 20 minutes.
I've done that. I've absolutely done that. Just wandered off pretending I understood.
We've all been there. So for asking directions, excuse me, could you help me? Could you repeat that, please? Could you speak a little more slowly? And sorry, I don't understand. Really solid phrases that you can actually use right away.
Love it. So we've covered meeting people, ordering food, and asking for directions. But what about the general feeling of shyness? Any tips for when you feel nervous and shy even before you start talking?
Yes, great question. The first tip, and I really believe this one, is that it's okay to make mistakes. Mistakes are how we learn. Every person who speaks English well today made a lot of mistakes to get there. When you feel nervous about saying something wrong, just remember, making mistakes is normal and part of the process.
Right. And honestly, most people are not thinking about your grammar. They just want to understand what you're trying to say. Communication is the goal, not perfection.
Communication is the goal, not perfection. Say that to yourself. The second tip, start small. You don't have to have a long conversation right away. Start with just saying hello to someone or thank you at a shop. Those tiny moments build your confidence over time.
That's actually really true. I remember the first time I said something in a new language and the other person understood me. It felt so good. I wanted to do it again straight away.
That feeling is everything. And the third tip, it's okay to say, I'm learning English. Most people will be kind when they hear that. They might even help you. And it takes the pressure off because they know to be patient with you.
And many people find it impressive when someone is learning a new language. So saying, I'm learning English can actually work in your favor. It's nothing to be embarrassed about.
Not even a little bit. And you know what else helps? Practicing phrases out loud by yourself. Say, nice to meet you in front of a mirror. Say, could you repeat that please, while you're walking. The more your mouth practices the words, the easier they come out when you need them.
It sounds funny, but it really works. Your brain remembers the phrase as something familiar, and when the moment comes, it's just there.
Exactly. There's also a phrase when you can't find a word. How do I say this? Or how do you say, and then describe the word. If you forget umbrella, say, how do I say the thing you use in the rain? And the other person will understand and help you.
Oh, I love that. Because sometimes the word just disappears from your head in the moment. And instead of going quiet or giving up, you can just describe it. Keep the conversation going.
Keep the conversation going. That's the spirit. How do I say this and how do you say are two phrases that keep you in the conversation even when you're struggling.
Yeah, those are great. I feel like we covered a lot today, actually. Should we do a quick review of all the phrases?
Yes, let's do it. Okay, so for meeting someone new, hi, I'm nice to meet you. Sorry, I'm a bit nervous. I'm a bit shy. Simple, warm, honest phrases.
For ordering food, I'd like, could you repeat that, please? Sorry, I didn't catch that. Just a moment, please. And if they say, take your time to you, that means relax, no rush.
And for asking for directions, excuse me, could you help me? Could you repeat that, please? Could you speak a little more slowly? Sorry, I don't understand. And for those moments when a word disappears, how do I say this? Or how do you say?
That's a really solid list. Really practical stuff. Phrases you can go out and use today, not just study in a book.
That's always the goal on English with Cheri. Real language for real life. One last thing before we go. If you are shy, if you feel nervous about speaking English, that feeling is normal. It does not mean you are bad at English or that you cannot do this. It just means you are human.
Yeah, every single person who has ever learned a language has felt exactly what you are feeling right now. You are not alone in this, not even close.
You really are not. And every time you try, every time you open your mouth and say something, even if it's just a small thing, even if it's not perfect, you are getting better. You are growing. And that is something to be genuinely proud of. Don't forget that.
Well said. Really well said. Be proud of every step, no matter how small.
All right, that's it for today's episode of English with Cheri. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed this, please share it with a friend who's also learning English, because learning is always better together. Keep practicing those phrases. You can do this.
See you next time. Keep going. You're doing great.
Bye for now.